Donald Trump was spiraling out of control at 12:35 a.m. in the morning. He was making social media post after post about his physical condition. This followed that disastrous interview with his daughter-in-law, Lara Trump, where he looked like he was going to collapse at any moment, both physically and cognitively, at 12:35 a.m. in the morning. Here's what Donald Trump posted: the results of my physical examination taken at Walter Reed Medical Center and just released were extremely good. Pause right there. This post by you shows that your health is not extremely good. This very post is evidence that there's something seriously wrong with you. Donald Trump goes on to write, unlike other U.S. presidents, none of whom who have ever taken an improved, highly difficulty cognitive test, I've scored a perfect 30 out of 30, considered extreme intelligence. No, it's not an extreme intelligence test. It's not an IQ test. It's literally a screening for dementia that you're not supposed to take over and over again. Maybe you're supposed to take it once, but it's the same exam that you take over and over again. Then he goes, are the Democrats really surprised? In fact, this is my fourth such test, all perfect or 120 correct answers out of 120 questions asked. Well, it said 30 out of 30 on that fabricated, or what I'm, in my opinion, believe to be a fabricated report, because there were so many red flags on that report, in my opinion. Then Trump goes, it's very rare that anyone gets a perfect score, especially when achieved 4 times in a row. It's the same exam. It's a dementia screening, man. It's a dementia screening, man. You know, Aaron Rupar posted this video that shows all of Donald Trump's posts that he was making all throughout the night. I'll show you right now so you can just visually see it. It was post after post, about 100 or so posts that he was making that are like this. And then he attacks E. Jean Carroll yet again. At like midnight, he's attacking E. Jean Carroll, the woman who he was found to have sexually assaulted. I mean, folks, we can't normalize this behavior. This is supposed to be the president of the United States at midnight is attacking a woman who he sexually assaulted on social media and harassing her. Here's what he writes. E. Jean Carroll has accused 7 men in the past of sexually assaulting or raping her. Not one police report exists on any of these incidents. And as you know, he ordered the Justice Department and FBI to criminally investigate her, involving the case where she won, where a jury found in her favor and found Trump liable for sexual assault, which was upheld on appeal by the Second Circuit Court of Appeal. Then late last night, Donald Trump's posting photos of himself and Xi Jinping talking about ballrooms, and he goes, see, they have a ballroom. It's called the Great Hall of China. It's very large and beautiful. Why do people fight me for having something even better? Democrats are crazy. Then he posts a AI image of himself like kissing the flag. He does more graphics about his physical exam, and it says vitals, excellent, cognitive, excellent, lab results, excellent, cholesterol, cardiac lipids, excellent. This is what he's posting all throughout the night. Then he attacks the Pope. He attacks Pope Leo XIV again. Par for the course. This guy always attacks the Pope. Someone should explain to the Pope that the mayor of Chicago is useless and that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Donald J. Trump. And then you saw that interview with Donald Trump and Lara Trump, where Trump said that he did not take out the Iranian military. He says, I like the Iranian military. He says, they're moderate people. And a lot of people think in war, you're supposed to go after the military of the other side. Nope. I keep them around because they're the moderates. You're saying the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps are the moderates? What about your posts where you were saying that you obliterated the military? Wasn't that your MAGA talking point, that you destroyed them? I mean, this was your post. The fake news media is crazy or just plain corrupt. The United States has completely destroyed Iran's military, including their entire navy.
Okay, what you just watched is an introduction to what we will be talking about today, because as the title goes, Trump's life is spiraling out of control. You can see there's a certain pattern when it comes to Donald Trump, and I'm going to break it down. The reason I'm using Media's Touch videos is because it explains this perfectly. It's from one step to another. It starts from one point to another. Now, this video is in no way trying to discredit anyone. It's just an analytics based on different experiences, based on different videos I've watched. And by the end of this video, you're gonna get a complete answer to exactly what I'm saying. Now, I've divided this video into different parts where I'll be watching and I'll be analyzing exactly everything that has been posted. First of all, the cognitive assessment, the 30-point test reference. Now, cognitive test is a reference tool for screening based on dementia. It's not really a high level intelligence test, or I should say an IQ test. It's just a test mainly for dementia. So it begs myself, if the president is coming out to claim about having passed this test, it makes me feel like it's a high IQ test. Honestly, it's not. That's the first thing to remove out of it, because I think he is doing this because many Democrats, many especially, say that he is losing his mind. He speaks uncontrollably, and somehow, somewhere, I think he's comparing himself to Joe Biden. Now, I want to remove the part of Joe Biden because obviously we know he had some mental issues. But now that we're gone, I think we have realized some moments where Trump speaks what you seem not to understand, but good for him, he has actually passed the 30-point reference test, which is very okay. Now, I'll have to say this because medical experts advise not taking the same test repeatedly. Now, you get the point. If you take this test repeatedly, despite the fact that you're suffering from a certain mental problem, you don't know because of familiarity and because you already know what you're to answer. And to be honest, posting dozens, a lot of posts at 12:35 a.m. about one's own health, to me, can be interpreted as some sort of anxiety or some sort of defensive nature to prove to people that your health is okay. I think the best way to actually prove to people that your health is okay is just basically telling them as it is. Aaron Rupert actually documented about 100 posts throughout the night. Now, this included some major themes. First things first, we already know the president's history of repeated attacks on judges, on people that have spoken about him. In fact, also on Eugene Carroll. I'm sure you know Eugene Carroll, the woman, a civil jury, found him liable of sexual abuse. It doesn't end there. You might think currently Trump is going to respect one person. If there should be one person in this world, it should be the Pope. Guess what? Trump attacks the Pope and attacks everyone around the Pope. In a statement on this tweet, he said, if the Pope thinks Iran should have a nuclear weapon, then he should be the bad guy. Now, let me say this. I understand the viewpoint and I understand the two sides of the story. First, I understand why Trump doesn't want Iran to possess a nuclear weapon. Think about it this way. You don't want your enemy to hold such a weapon. But at the same time, looking at the Pope is someone that is supposed to represent the Christian views, and you should actually have some respect to the Pope. Now, the Pope will not be encouraging wars. The Pope will not encourage conflicts. The Pope will probably encourage different ways to approach the scenario rather than fights, explosions, and all the like. So attacking the Pope, to me, and again, attacking an American Pope, someone who understands the ideology of America, says a lot. Before we continue, I want to ask you this. If you love videos like this and if you love technical analysis like this, especially from a black creator, please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because this is what we do. We try to speak as it is. Now, let's continue the video.
40 years can never rebuild. You look at what happened with...
And folks, if you thought he was done there posting late at night, no. He posts that same image, that AI image of himself looking like a creep, kind of peering over at Greenland. Hello, Greenland. He posts that after the attack on the Pope. He then writes drone port. He posts a weird AI images of all these different drones on the White House roof. The drone port on the roof of the White House ballroom. It's an AI image with drone port. Why drone port? What? Drone port attacking Pope, attacking a lady who you were found liable of sexually assaulting. What are you doing? What are we doing here? Then he posts this weird image straight out of some authoritarian C movie with his finger pointing at you. He then posts about Rosie O'Donnell, the 5 stages of Trump derangement syndrome, and then uses AI images of her at the end. He posts this weird photo of himself and George Washington riding horses together. He posts an image and says, "This is crap that Obama had in the reflecting pool." He posts a image of a statue in Columbus Circle and then says Biden, Trump. He posts a weird AI image of the White House with a golden dome over it and says the golden dome of the White House. He posts the Mount Rushmore with his face on it. He posts an AI image of Trump Peace Prize. He then attacks all of the Republican Congress members, the small group who had a spine when it came to releasing the Epstein files. And then he has an AI image of like Massey and Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. And look, I'm not saying these are courageous people generally. I'm saying they did the right thing when it came to the Epstein files, okay? As anybody should. It's exposing a child sex trafficking ring. It shouldn't be a difficult task right there. But then Trump attacks them all. Get in, loser. We're going losing. Because they wanted to release the Epstein files? What? Then he's posting these weird images that are obviously dog whistles. It's like a white family, from like the 1950s. Billions were spent to convince you this is evil. Who's spending billions to convince anyone that that's evil? What's evil is that you're using it in a way that's obviously a dog whistle to racism. Like, oh, I wasn't being racism. I was just posting that image. Now we know what you're doing. Posting weird photos of himself and George Washington next to each other. This is what, and then late last night, again, right around 10 p.m. East Coast time. So right before he started posting all that deranged stuff, Barack Ravid from Axios at it again. Barack Ravid goes, Trump wants the deal and believes it will be signed soon with Iran, but he's interested in strengthening several clauses that are particularly important to him, mainly regarding the enriched uranium in Iran's possession, 2 senior U.S. officials said. So he couldn't get a deal with Iran since they keep on rejecting him. So his plan is, let me ask for more. That'll be a great negotiation. This guy's never been able to negotiate anything his whole damn life. He's a destroyer, not a builder. He's a relentless harasser. The one thing that he does is he just overwhelms you with this harassment that I'm showing you in these posts. It's that behavior. It's that deluge of nonstop toxicity where lots of humans respond by saying, you know what? Enough. What do you want me to give you? Just can you stop it? But that's why you have to stand up to it. You have to push back. You have to fight back. He goes, this is Barack Ravid says, Trump's request has opened another round of exchanges of drafts and comments between the parties, which may last several days. Oh, interesting, Barack.
Now, in an interview with Lara Trump, he claimed U.S. left Iran military alone because they are some way moderate. Now, I want to take you back to April 11, 2026, because Trump also declared this openly. We have completely destroyed Iran's military, navy, and air force. Now, the question I have when I actually saw this is this a clear representation of reversal in public messaging within a week? Is this a clear reversal in public messaging within just few weeks? What is happening? This is the same person who said, the moment he gets into power, there will be no wars. In fact, when he was in power, there were no wars. When he was in power, when he was in power, there were no wars. No war existed. And it's the same person that said immediately he gets into power, the Ukraine-Russia war is going to end. But guess what? Another conflict has boiled in. He claims that the IRGC is a moderate group which contradicts the long-standing US policy and previous Trump administration designation. The interview he had with Lara Trump featured unusual tangents about the White House renovations, including drone ports, inner ports, the ballroom, a whole lot like that. But again, this is a clear reversal on the same message he was giving to us, which made MAGA people actually put him in power. Now, these are some of the key points I have. The first thing I want to say is Heavy emphasis on health, strength, and past victories is not going to help. The fact that you have to come public to tell people, oh, you took an IQ test. In fact, you shouldn't even be reporting that. People should report it. Now, the second I want to say is comparing yourself with popular American figures, idealizing past visuals together with your own doesn't really help. I think do the work. Just do the work and don't tilt your words anytime. Now, continuous attacks on different people is not good. I want to say this. I think one of the reasons why the Democratic Party failed a little bit is because their focus was truly only on Trump and not exactly on what the Democratic, let me rephrase this, their exact focus was on Trump and not what the voters really wanted from them. You get what I'm trying to say? And this is the same thing I'm realizing with the Republican Party, and a little bit even worse, because Trump is a bit of that kind of character. He only focuses on people, contradicting people. Now he's in power, but he's not hitting the nail where it's supposed to be hit. That is the problem. And now I want to say this here. I don't know, but everyone has an opinion. This video again is not to discredit anyone. Its aim is just for analytics. Its aim is just for analytics. Its aim is just for analyzing. Leave your thoughts in the comment section about what you think about it, and I will see you in another video.